1. The Bell Witch, a haunting in Tennessee. In the early 1800s, the Bell family moved to Red River, a rural area in Robertson County, Tennessee. They built a simple log home and lived peacefully for about 10 years. But then, strange things began to happen. The family heard knocking, scratching, and the sound of furniture being dragged across the floor. These noises happened day and night. Soon the daughters in the family complained about something pulling their bedsheets and pinching them while they were trying to sleep. John Bell, the head of the family, tried to keep the events a secret. He was worried about what their church community at Red Bottom Baptist Church would think. Eventually, he told his friend, James Johnston. At first, Johnson did not believe him, but when he stayed the night at the Bell house and experienced the same strange things, he changed his mind. After that, news spread quickly and the mysterious presence grew stronger, possibly feeding off the attention. The spirit began to speak and said it was the ghost of a local woman named Kate Batts. People began calling the ghost the Bell Witch. She often argued about religion, sang church songs, and once even repeated 2 sermons word for word that were being preached at 2 churches 30 miles apart. The story gained so much attention that General Andrew Jackson visited the farm. After just one night of trouble caused by the spirit, he quickly left and later said he would rather fight the British at New Orleans than fight the Bell Witch. When John Bell died in 1820, the spirit claimed it had poisoned him. It continued to appear off and on until 1828, then promised to return in 1935. Although no one knows if it came back, the Bell Witch legend still haunts Tennessee to this day. 2. The Mystery of the Mothman in Point Pleasant. In 1966, a series of strange events began unfolding in the states of West Virginia and Ohio. It started when 2 couples were driving near an old abandoned World War II TNT factory in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. They were shocked to see a large creature flying next to their car. It looked like a man with wings and it had glowing red eyes. The creature's wings were about 10 feet wide. Even though the driver sped up to over 100 miles per hour, the strange figure kept up with the car easily. Once they reached Point Pleasant, the couples quickly told the police what they'd seen. Local newspapers gave the creature the name Mothman, and the story spread fast. Over the next year, other residents of Point Pleasant reported seeing the Mothman at least 8 more times. Witnesses described it the very same way every time. A man-sized flying creature with huge red eyes. Some people thought the sightings were just panic over a sandmill crane that had gotten lost during migration. Still, strange things continued to happen. People began reporting more UFO sightings around Point Pleasant. Some even claimed to see mysterious men dressed in black roaming the nearby hills. These strange events went on until December the 15th, 1967. On that day, the Silver Bridge, which linked Point Pleasant to Gallipolis, Ohio, suddenly collapsed during the busy evening rush hour. The disaster killed 46 people. A few witnesses later said that they'd seen the Mothman near the bridge just before the collapse. After the tragedy, reports of the Mothman decreased. However, the legend still lives on. 3. The mysterious grave of Eliza Huger, Clemson's Queen Witch. In Clemson, South Carolina, near the base of the Blue Ridge Mountains, there's an old and quiet spot called the Old Stone Church. But behind the silence lies a spooky story that still makes people curious and cautious. In the church's graveyard is a burial site that seems different. No plants grow on top of it, and it's said to attract bolts of lightning during storms. The gravestone is broken and the name on it is missing, except many believe it belongs to a woman named Eliza Huger. Eliza's story begins in the low country of South Carolina. She's believed to have come from a wealthy family in Charleston. According to the legend, Eliza later traveled to New Orleans where she lived a wild and rebellious life. Some say her 2 brothers followed her there to bring her back home, but when they found her at a brothel with a man, they were filled with shame and rage. The story goes that they shot and killed her, then took her body back to South Carolina. However, her family refused to bury her in their hometown because of the way she died. Instead, she was laid to rest in the upstate at Old Stone Church. Locals say brick walls were built around her grave to keep her spirit from spreading, but those same walls had been struck by lightning and rebuilt many times only to break again. People now call her the Queen Witch of Clemson. Some visitors throw coins on her grave for good luck, but it's believed that taking a coin might bring bad luck. Whether you believe in the tale or not, one thing is clear. Even in death, Eliza Huger refuses to be forgotten or contained. 4. The strange encounter in Flatwoods, the 1952 monster sighting. On the evening of September the 12th, 1952, 4 boys, Edward May, Freddie May, Neil Nunley, and Tommy Heyer, were playing in a field near Flatwoods Elementary School in Flatwoods, West Virginia. Just before it got dark, they spotted a bright, strange object flying through the sky. It crashed into a hillside on a nearby farm. Curious and a little scared, the boys ran to see what had happened. Along the way, they called for Edward and Freddie's mother, Kathleen May, and asked National Guardsman Eugene Lemon to come with them. When the group reached the site, they saw a glowing red light. Eugene Lemon pointed his flashlight in the direction of the light, and what they saw shocked them. Standing about 10 feet tall was a creature with glowing orange eyes and a spade-shaped head. Its long, twisted fingers looked like claws, and it seemed to be wearing a dark metal outfit. A foul-smelling mist hung in the air, and the creature appeared to be floating above the ground. According to the group, it hissed and started moving toward them. Terrified, the group ran away and reported the sighting to the local sheriff. Later, officers went to check the area but found no sign of the creature or the crash. Even though the group felt sick, suffering from nausea, vomiting, and sore throats, some people thought they were just overreacting. However, their symptoms were strangely similar to those caused by mustard gas. To this day, no one has been able to fully explain what the witnesses saw. Some believe it was just a large barn owl in the shadows. Despite the mystery, the town of Flatwoods has turned the event into part of its identity, with a museum and fun photo spots celebrating the strange night. 5. The legend of the Wampus Cat. The Wampus Cat is a mysterious creature described as a large cat with 6 legs and glowing yellow eyes. Although the legend involves Cherokee people, it's not an original Cherokee myth. Instead, it's a tale in which Cherokee people are characters in the story of how the Wampus Cat came into existence. The name Wampus Cat is believed to come from the term catamount, which was once used for the eastern cougar. Over time, the word changed into catawampus, which meant any strange or wild animal found in the Appalachian Hills. Eventually, this evolved into Wampus Cat, and the creature became part of local stories across the southern United States, each with slight differences in its origin. The most popular version of the story tells of a beautiful Cherokee woman who was curious about the secret rituals her husband and other warriors performed before hunting. Wanting to watch the ceremony without being seen, she put on a cougar skin and hid behind a rock during the shaman's ritual. When the shaman discovered her, he became angry and punished her by turning her into a half-human, half-cougar creature. From that day on, she became the Wampus Cat, doomed to wander the Appalachian Mountains. She's said to attack animals and scare people, filled with rage and sadness. In the 1960s, the term Wampus Cat was used again when a newspaper in Goldsboro, North Carolina, reported an ape-like creature seen in the hills. People rushed into the woods hoping to find it, but the local sheriff ended the search, calling it a hoax. Today, parents still tell the story of the Wampus Cat to scare children into behaving, saying she roams the land looking for revenge in any way she can. The Appalachian Mountains hold more than just scenic views. They hide chilling secrets that still haunt locals. If you love eerie tales like these, hit subscribe for more spine-tingling stories every week.